what a great intro to start off by. What a great intro to start off by. Hello everybody. I hope y'all are doing well today. So, today in particular, I have been, you know, once again on another journey of figuring myself out and all this good stuff. However, I've come to realize something, and I granted it might have stemmed from my breakup, but that saga is kind of already like over and done with at this point. Now I'm on to other things, and lately I've been having, I will say, I've been having something I would call, well, people call it ADHD paralysis, if you will. And that's like you're given so many options and so many choices to do many different things. But at least in my case, when I think about when I want to do something, my body's like, nah, nah, no. And I'm just like, why though? So, in fact, for example, this. I at first wasn't going to live stream. Well, now granted, I was supposed to talk to my brother because he wants to have a conversation about some things that I guess are hard to hear. Um, I don't entirely know what that means, but I can have a few ideas what that might mean. And frankly speaking, I was kind of dreading the idea of the conversation because I will say this, if there's one thing that really puts me on edge a lot is when I have to basically anticipate bad news coming my way. I don't like the wait for it. It's extremely stressful. It really bothers me to no end. But unfortunately, he postponed on me, which makes it kind of worse because now it's like now I have to wait longer and figure out maybe what he's going to say. He gave me a bit of a taste of it in a text message, which I think I can understand where maybe he's trying to come from, but I'm going to leave that alone for now because what the heck? What happened to me? What's going on? Why am I Hello, do you guys see this? I'm I've perished. No, I'm legitimately stuck. I can't move. Okay, well, I guess we're just going. No, I legitimately cannot move. Why can I not move? What happened? Who? Oh, I know why I can't move. Camera, get back over here. Camera, I appreciate you a lot, but you're not helping right now. You're not even the one in charge. Anyways, everybody, forgive me for this really long run back to where I was. Where did the camera go as a whole now? Where's the camera? All right, let's do this. Reset the camera. Why are you doing this again? Something's happening, everybody, and I don't know what it is. Like, it's not. This is not me doing it. I can't. Okay, I can move again, but my full body tracking is deciding. Let me just absolutely wet the bed, and I really don't know why it's doing it. But hopefully it stops doing it. I really don't know what's going on at this rate. It better stop. Honestly, I'm kind of. This is making me upset. Um, where was I? That like that, and that like that. That works for me. Okay. Turn off flying. Hopefully the nonsense stops. The nonsense is still happening. I don't know what's going on. What the heck? What the heck's going on? What's happening to my PC? Am I dying? Is this purgatory? Is this what I deserve? Is this what I deserve this whole time? I just deserve nothing but terror and pain. I really don't know what's going on, and it's kind of upsetting me some. But I won't let that deter me. I won't let that deter me. What do I look like right now with the camera? Okay. I will not let that deter me. I will be focused. I'll focus on my mission, and that mission is to start with reading chat. Hello, Odd History Boy. I appreciate you being here. I'm I'm okay. My biggest problem right now is that I just how do I explain this? So, I actually initially had an intention to make a video diary, if you will, but this video diary wasn't really going to be the typical format. Instead, it was going to legitimately just be me absolutely hating myself for like God knows how long I wanted to hate myself for. And at some random time, I may do it, but for some reason, when I started getting home, like, and I started getting tired, I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. In fact, I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to go to bed, actually. But I told myself that's not really a very productive use of my time, in my opinion. At the very least, I should. Come on, come back. Thank you. At the very least, I should like do something. You know, I really shouldn't. Making sure I'm still in frame. I I really shouldn't like not do anything. Like at least play a video game, like all this other kind of stuff. And also, I've been kind of noticing myself lately. I feel like I've been entering into a rut. On top of the fact that I feel like I think one of the biggest things I've been coming across lately is that I feel like life is just pointless. And I know that sounds crazy coming from me, but lately I just like I have a purpose in life. I do. I really do. I know what I can do. I know things. My path forward is pretty clear. I I have an understanding of what my life will look like maybe in the next coming years. And I want to make sure that I have that plan in place just to ensure that I know where my next step is going to lead. Having a life without direction, if you will, is kind of tough because then yeah, you might live good years and all that good stuff, but then what are you going to do when it comes to needing a house or securing food or having a proper source of income? There's like it or not, society is going to catch up on you the older you get, and eventually you have to provide some way somehow. At the very least, you got to be able to defend yourself and have your own income, own expenses, own safety, own shelter, all this kind of stuff. But like, I'm and don't get me wrong, I'm very blessed with what I have, but then it comes to a moment where I'm just like, where am I going? What is going on? Why is my thing doing this? Like, what is the point? You know, what what really is an end goal? And I get it. I could decide to myself, you know, I want to get all the money in the world. I want to get all the fame in the world. If I really, really wanted to, I would probably just pump heavy on content creation and try to just get that number up as big as I can. As much as I really don't try to make it about that, it would just bring me some sense of satisfaction in my life. But I mean, truth be told, I'm almost 30 years old, and it really feels like I haven't done much with my life, which is upsetting, honestly. And it stinks because I feel like I have a really good set of skills and everything that I can utilize to my advantage, but I'm just not utilizing it. I I do hope one day that I can find an opportunity that helps me utilize what I have to the best of my ability. And for those of you who, if it wasn't obvious, it's usually public speaking. That's what I consider to have as a great strength in my own favor. But regardless, going on tangents, I need to start reading chat because I've been too far behind. Hello, Delvin. I appreciate you being here. Hello, I don't know what to make for this. I appreciate you being here too. Thanks for stopping by. Hello, Ollie. I appreciate you being here too. And thank you. I do appreciate that a lot as well. I will say this for those of you who may be curious. Um, Sometime I will say some of the times that I live stream and whatnot, I would live stream as high. I want to try to live stream more on Sundays, and the reason why is because on Sundays I actually take what is called a tea break. In other words, like it's not like it's called a tolerance break. Basically, I don't take anything on Sundays, and I'm also trying to do that for Mondays too. I'm trying to give myself 2 days off away from getting high, basically, because that allows me to be able to ground myself again. And you know, when I go back into it on Tuesday, then I feel more reinvigorated and have a good time with all that good stuff. But I remember, it's funny enough, I was actually listening to one of my video diaries that I posted a while back. In fact, last year around sometime September, and I remember how often I would get high during that time. And I remember actually, okay, Han, I remember I remember one thing in particular actually was that my right hand is not in the correct position. One of the things that I mentioned is that when I get high often, I can't really have proper coherent thoughts. Well, fast forward to now, and I can. Believe it or not, even when I'm high, I can still very capably handle myself. And if anything, when I do get high, it kind of like unlocks my mind just a little bit more. I know that sounds weird, and I hate like I don't want to encourage anybody to like take this kind of stuff. Please do things responsibly. Don't do what I do. Just please be nice to yourself. In my honest opinion, if you can avoid it in the first place, like drinking or getting high, I suggest you do so. If you're not careful, it'll eventually become an addiction, and that can potentially lead to gateways to other things. Like they call it a gateway drug for a reason. Like drinking alcohol or taking weed or whatever can lead to more illicit drugs because you want to chase a bigger high. Now, I know this is kind of a harder topic to talk about, or a more 18 plus topic to talk about, but I want to mention this stuff to you guys because it is legitimately a really bad thing. Drug addiction is a terrible thing. Now, I feel very capable at handling it myself, hence why I'm not taking it today or Monday, and I want to continue that trend going forward. But there are some people out there who like constantly get high day in and day out, or drink so much alcohol day in and day out, or combine the two, even worse, constantly. And that just becomes a matter of addiction. They eventually start telling themselves, I can't do this unless I have this. And that, for me, that was kind of a mentality for a while with myself as well. I was like, I can't live stream unless I'm high. And I don't like that mentality. That's a bad mentality. It becomes a dependable mentality. And that is something I never anticipate any of you to ever have. I will say this. At any given moment in time, when you become old enough, or if you are old enough, to partake in a substance that may alter your mind, please, please, please be honest with yourself and do not go overboard. Don't take it when you don't need to. Don't take more because you're not feeling the buzz the same. Don't take it across consecutive days because by the end of the day, you will be so surprised at how sneaky the temptation of addiction will come and whisper in your ear. It has done it to me, legitimately. It's like, well, what if I took this capsule and then got a little more high? It's happened, I promise you. And oftentimes I have to tell myself, don't do that. Don't do that. Because then it really does become a problem. And I emphasize this greatly right here, right now, because again, when you guys all grow up or get older or whatever, and you can make decisions like this on your own, please heed my words. Addiction will creep up to you when you least expect it. It is legitimately a positive feedback loop that will genuinely put you into the dirt. So I wanted to put that side tangent out there. And I also put it out there because I'm not high right now. On other live streams, I technically am high. Sometimes it may not seem like it, but I am. But this one I'm not because I'm trying to have a couple days where I just don't take anything whatsoever. That's why my conversation might be a little bit more different, but it really shouldn't be that much different, honestly. Anyways, hi Patrick Greg, I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. And hello, Mint, it's good to see you as well. Hello, Draco, it's good to see you as well, too. I appreciate you being here. Did you know that Jarrell Tornado, aka Demon Walking Tornado, already started Landspout and Landspout started Multiverse? Ooh, that's insane, Delvin. Tornadoes fascinate me so much. Like, in Florida, we have to deal with hurricanes. But you guys in Tornado Alley, I personally think tornadoes are more scary things because they form so much faster, they cause so much devastation, and then they leave just as quick as they came. I'm legitimately terrified of tornadoes. Hurricanes, whatever. Unless it's category 4 or 5, then maybe that's a call for concern. But for the most part, nah, man. Like, tornadoes don't really. I mean, tornadoes scare the living dickens out of me. I'm not gonna lie. What are they right now? Do they look good still? Okay. I guess I have to make sure. Good. I'm gonna go. I'm mentally fried. Feeling a bonus. Oh, who just had bouts of. You know, Ollie, I will tell you this. Oh my gosh, my right hand again. It always this stuff has to happen when I'm live streaming. Always. Anyways, I will say I'll give you some credit, Ollie. I do appreciate your wellness checks that you do in the server. A lot of people do participate in it, and I'm sure a lot of people do appreciate it. So just because you feel like a bot doesn't necessarily mean that you aren't doing good things for other people as well. Why the heck is my tracking and everything going insane? I don't understand what's causing this. Like, this doesn't happen at all, but now all of a sudden everything just wants to crash and burn on my internet and my controllers and my everything. It's like when I'm not feeling my best, my equipment wants to kick me while I'm down while I'm at it. I really want to just. I'm gonna hold my right hand controller and I'm gonna get it reset because this is starting to agitate the heck out of me. And usually restarting the controller helps. So okay, it's off for now. I can still read chat, sort of. I have to just peek over. I can't read chat right now. No, I legitimately cannot read chat because that's what Am I upside down? No, I'm not upside down. I can't read chat right now because that's legitimately like what controls and I can't even go up and down right now because my right hand controller is also controls the up and down motion. There you go. That's a little better. All right, we'll leave it like that, and then we'll do that, and then we'll put that up there. All right, we're back. Hello. My hand's back too. So let me continue reading chat right quick. Hello. I Tehran? Have I seen you in my live streams before? Hello, Tehran. I appreciate you being here. I forgot what you wanted me to call you. I know you wanted me to call you something else, but please forgive me. You should play a VR game called Pistol Whip. I've heard about it. Isn't that rhythm game? It's like on rails sort of, but it's also rhythm based because you gotta like shoot the bad guys at like the right time. I I do at some point want to try to play other VR games. I would be rather curious to what you guys want to see. Like I could just like play like hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades, or Beat Saber, for example. That'd be pretty interesting. Stewie saying "Cool Whip," "Cool Whip." Why do you have to? Why do you have to put the emphasis on the H? Cool Whip, Cool Whip. Say cool, cool. Say whip, whip. Now say Cool Whip, Cool Whip. Oh, Family Guy, how I used to love you so. I'm watching this in the back rooms because I'm kind of stuck here. Mint, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you have an opportunity to escape the back room somehow. I don't even know how you got there in the first place, but whatever the case, I wish you absolute best of luck. Do not don't let the black squiggly line monster get you. Not gonna lie, I watched the movie. The Backrooms movie? I should have watched the Backrooms movie, honestly. No, well, I will say this. I definitely watched The Amazing Digital Circus, the last act, and I really wanted to do it because A, I did watch TADC kind of like in the span of like a week or so, and B, I really, really wanted to have the opportunity to officially watch like a YouTube feature series and watch it on the big screen. So it was kind of cool because they I don't know how many of you have watched the Amazing Digital Circus Last Act in theaters, but they actually did episode 8 and they did episode 9. So watching episode 8 on the big screen was actually pretty cool. And then, of course, we watched episode 9 and, that was a big tearjerker and everything. But for the most part, movie theater, like watching a YouTube series on the big screen was very cathartic. Is that the right word to use? But it really was like awesome, honestly. I was I was watching like all the rest of the episodes on my typical TV in my living room, but just then seeing all of this come on the big screen is damn. YouTubers have really come a long way, and animation series have come a long way too. So I'm very impressed that like the Backrooms and Obsession and Iron Lung and TADC, they all came together and made a lot of money. And it makes sense because the directors behind them, what the heck? Why is this happening? Sorry, everybody. It's like, I don't... What the heck's going on now? What is going on? Something is wrong. Do you guys see me? Do you guys see my body going in a far distance? Okay, now I'm back. I genuinely don't know what's going on. It's really making me kind of upset, not gonna lie. But either way, I'll just go on to my next point, my next train of thought. Hello, Marta Brawl. Are you gay? No. Who starts a conversation like that? Anyways, I'm reading up. Sorry, everybody. I'm kind of behind on chat because I've been yapping a lot, and also these graphical problems are starting to make me kind of mad. But I'll keep myself contained as best as possible. The link is either expired or invalid for me. Link for what in particular, if you don't mind me asking? Hello, MJJM. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. And hello, Sam Torres. I appreciate you being here too. Thank you for stopping by. Femboy. Hello, the real Elia VO. I'm not. Well, first off, I appreciate you being here, and second off, I don't consider myself a femboy. If you consider me a femboy, then I suppose you have every right to believe that. But I know I'm not a femboy, so just a forewarning. Hello, SKO7, SKO7. I'm pretty sure it's SKO7. I appreciate you being here too. Thank you for stopping by. It's not necessarily bad. I wouldn't say being a femboy is bad. I just am not one. It's as simple as that. Like, I'm a male in real life and I use a female avatar in VR. I don't think that necessarily makes me a femboy, if you will. Level run. I don't even know what level run is in Backrooms, honestly. Life is monkey branching from one opportunity to the next, hoping you don't fall. Also, midlife crisis at 28. Hello, Daniel Saltvic. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. Isn't that crazy? Like, the idea of having a midlife crisis at this age. This technically should not be the midlife crisis age. Oh, for goodness gracious. Come on. There we go. This should technically not be the midlife crisis age. That should be what, my right hand again, bro. That should technically be like your 40s or your 50s, and that's when you go buy a super sports car because you want to fulfill your life some way somehow. But I don't. If you're having that midlife crisis right now, Daniel, then my heart really does go out to you. I do hope you find the next opportunity of what you're looking for in life. I already know what my next natural path can be. It's just continuing doing this. Like, this right here, all of this, the live streaming, the content creation, the events, this is what gives me purpose. If I wasn't doing this right now, I legitimately would be really lost. And all the ideas of me feeling life is pointless and all that kind of stuff, it would be super extenuated if I did not have my channel. So I'm very frankly thankful that I have this chance to be able to be here with you all and just kind of live stream on a whim and then have you guys join in. And hopefully we have a good time together. I know I'm kind of depressed, but just talking, seeing you guys, saying what's up, answering questions maybe, all of it really does help me feel a little bit better. Because at the very least, it feels like I'm having a conversation and I'm just trying to be there for you all. So, it, I still have a lot of thoughts circling in my mind, but at the very least, you guys are helping me distract away from them for now. And a lot of this stuff I can definitely handle on my own. Like, for example, I am slowly but surely crawling back into a regular routine. Like, for example, I cleaned my room today, and my room was a mess for like a solid 3 weeks. I put my clothes away, which that took that I had laundry just sitting in a hamper for like 2 weeks straight, and I finally put it away. Thank goodness. And today also I just changed my bed sheets, which I know sounds crazy, but like I've had the same bed sheets for like a month and a half, and I was kind of overdue for replacing the other ones. So overall, like, I'm pretty happy with what I've accomplished at least today, and I want to continue this trend going forward where I continue to do more things, like do stuff around the house, like increasing my own personal health, maybe having more friendship relations that I refer to. Just anything to really help me, like, kind of like, I don't want to say distract myself, but to give myself a sense of purpose. I find my purpose in life by, if I can at the very least influence and inspire other people the best I can, then that does give me hope for myself. Then that's honest. I'll be very candidly honest with you guys. That's the reason why I haven't taken any drastic measures, if you will. Um, there is a point in my life. I think right now life is pointless, and indeed I really think, like, what is the point of me going forward and basically achieving, making people smile and all this kind of stuff. It's kind of selfish if you think about it when I'm thinking about in this mentality. But by the end of the day, I'm sitting here with this headset on my face, with all these trackers on my body, with my PC running off, with 10 programs currently running to try to live stream all of this content to you guys. And at the very least, this provides me a sense of comfort. This provides me a sense of distraction. This provides me a sense of doing something. I hope at the very least I'm giving back in some way, shape, and form to you guys, because all I really want to do is maybe help you guys be distracted too. And along the way, maybe you can just hear some random anime girl yapping about a bunch of stupid shit that is undergoing in their head right now. And hopefully maybe it'll inspire you. inspire you to be better, inspire you to be stronger, inspire you to go out there and want to tackle the world at large. This is what I really intend to do by the end of the day. I just want you guys to be better. And if anything, I would definitely want you all to be better than me. I'm, in some way, I'm a lost cause. I really am. I I don't. Oh, I understand what's going on. It's my headset itself causing the problem. I'm gonna have to reset my headset. Again, here it is. It's doing something else right now, but I can't reset it now because I'm in the middle of a live stream. But I think it's the headset that's causing the problems. But um, the point is, I would want you guys to be better than me in any way, shape, or form. I would want you guys to soar beyond your wildest dreams and be able to excel the dreams that you may have within yourself. You just gotta have them. You gotta have that purpose in life, and you gotta aim forward. So, don't end up like me, a 29-year-old that's like playing an cat girl in a VR game that's really just existing. It's it's dreadful. It really is. But you all at least give me a small amount of hope left to prevent me from doing something rash. So, for what it's worth, I hope you can take comfort in that. I'm gonna continue reading chat. It's the hardest thing I've gone through, saying. Your mind should never be on that. It's the moment you're in now. I mean, the moment the stream thing. And you know what, Odd Boy, you're right. I don't really try to delve on the future thinking stuff, but I hate to say it, like especially at my age, you kind of have no choice. Like when you turn 30, all eyes are on you, as in like what have you done in your life? I'm serious. Like from your 20s to your 30s, you have all the opportunity to really build your life. Some people get very courageous and risky and, you know, get houses, get families, get all sorts of stuff. Whereas some people maybe not so much. They even get well into their 30s and they still live with their parents, or they barely have a source of income. So there's a lot of people out there that live many different varied lives. I'd like to think I did okay enough. I have a decent amount of income. I do have a roof over my head, a rather sheltered condition, if you will, and that's kind of like one of the things I'm kind of the most disappointed about myself with. But whatever the case, it's still a roof over my head, and it allows me opportunity to reach out to you all, which this is my greatest joy. I want to continue to provide good stuff for you all, and maybe provide content that can just make you smile and make you forget. And I know I said that again, but I'm going to repeat that again and again and again, because if I don't, then I really don't see, or at least I don't feel like all of this would be worth it. But it is. It very much is. And I just have to keep reminding myself that it is. Just so I can keep going forward and continue to build my life up as I want to build it. You got an RPG. You can get an RPG in Backrooms. I did not know that. The ocean is a soup. Hello, Era System. I appreciate you being here. Indeed, the ocean is rather a soup. You got your proteins, you got your starches, you got your sodiums. I mean, you guys, just grab a big old spoon, go to your local beach, and just take some water and just go. Don't actually do that. If you do that, you will most likely get some sort of like seawater poisoning, saltwater poisoning, I think. Yeah, Takis. I can't really remember about adrenaline. Oh, Takis sound absolutely terrible. I would never eat Takis personally. You're the reason they got me on the dumped reason, because it's like being inside and keep your goal loose. You pull into your saying. I understand where you're coming from, Odd Boy, and it does. I will say it. It's hard to say like I don't want to be dishonest with you all. The words you say, I want to let you know they do mean a lot. They just don't mean a lot in like an emotional reaction right now. But I promise you guys mentioning it, believe it or not, does come back to me. A lot of times when I will be honest with you, I've had times where I've just told myself like I really don't want to continue this, because sometimes this feels like an obligation. But then I remember the moments where people say like, "Oh, you've helped me with this," or "You've helped me with that," and I'm just like, maybe there is a thing to this content creation stuff. Maybe I can make a difference in other people's lives. Because frankly speaking, like status, fame, money, all this kind of stuff, Do you want to know something? You can't take any of that to the grave. You really cannot. Do you know what you take to the grave? Nothing. But at the very least, my biggest ideal is if one day I pass away, whether in a decent time or maybe suddenly. I'm not saying it's going to happen for me, but God forbid something happens to me. I would just, at the very least, want one person. At the very least, just one person to stand at my grave and be upset that I'm not around anymore. I don't want to die alone. I want to be surrounded by people whom I've genuinely made an impact upon. And I hope if that's the case, then one day, um, even if I can't see it, because I wouldn't obviously wouldn't see it, but if that could be my final fulfillment in my life, where I'm surrounded by people who genuinely want to be there to pay respects for me one last time, that's my end goal. It really is. And I can lose my house, I can lose my job, I can even lose my channel. I wouldn't stop trying to be there for other people. There are so many people who have it out there worse than me. And truth be told, what do I have left going for me? I really don't have anything. So, instead of me trying to dwell on myself and my failures and shortcomings, I can hopefully lift somebody else up and remind them that they still have hope in this world, that they can do something in their life. And maybe if it takes a little more of a nudge, or maybe even sometimes monetary value, which I don't do often, only for very good friends or family members, but if I can provide help wherever I can in that matter, then I would. And frankly, that means more than anything I could ever get. No amount of no amount of money, no amount of fame, no amount of nothing can result in the good feeling I get when I genuinely make someone better in their life. That's all I can ask for, really. Anyways, you have a question? Sure, MJ, you can ask away. I'm sorry, I'm kind of behind on chat. Kind of just I'm just kind of upset. Hi, Moogie. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. Suffering with social anxiety at 25 and addiction. Hello, Vortexus. I appreciate you being here. And for in your case, and this is the hardest part too. Like, addiction can sometimes happen because you want to try to get rid of, let's say, that anxiety. Like, for example, when I'm high, even just taking just a small dose, like it instantly just clears out any sort of like stress and anxiety that may be inside my body. It may not give me a euphoric feeling per se, but it still allows me to process my thoughts more concisely so I can figure out what my next steps are from there. When I'm not high, I'm still pretty capable of like telling myself like, okay, this is this, and this is that. But I'll be honest with you all, there is some sort of like wave of stress and dread that falls upon my means. So sometimes getting high does help me relax and feel better about that as a whole. But it's just a bad dependability aspect, and I can't be putting myself into that. Whatever the case, Vortexus, in your case, I do hope you find opportunity to get past your addiction. Hopefully, I don't exactly know what you're addicted to, nor do I necessarily want to know, but I do hope there is help. And I do hope you seek out that help sometime sooner rather than later in order to help reclaim your life. Addiction is scary. It takes your life away before you even know it, and next thing you know, like, well, you're just some sort of drug addict on the streets, or you're just some sort of drunkard that's beating up people and yelling at people when you have a chance. It turns bad fast. So hopefully you have an opportunity to turn it around when you can. I believe in you. I wish you best of luck, truly. Yes, MJ, I'm sorry. I don't know if you're still here, but I can answer your question. Just get better, low key. Hi Connolly. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. Indeed, you are right. I do need to just get better. In other words, sometimes I just need to get good. I will say this, my skills and capabilities can very much carry me through. It's not necessarily like I'm depressed because like, oh, I'm bad at my job, or I'm bad at this, I'm actually pretty decent, well versed at just about anything that I need to do. My depression more so stems from the fact that like it just life going forward just seems so pointless. And I think some of it stems from the fact that I did get broken up with and that I saw someone that I wanted to genuinely indulge a great life with. And of course, I made my mistakes. I am, by the way, as an aside, I've met my ex since then, and I've talked about it a little bit more, and I come to find out that I consider it micro cheating, but they consider it emotional cheating. So I think I'm gonna accept their terminology because I think it's in my best interest to accept the highest grade cheating based off what the person who has been hurt um with if that makes sense. So micro cheating is basically like, oh, you're kind of like having like some sort of like friendship connection, which is like, you know, you probably shouldn't, but it's only just a friendship connection, but you're also keeping it secretive from your actual partner. And that's but emotional cheating is more like I was depending on them at times, and I was trying to like rely on them for a sense of like, you know, belonging and all that kind of stuff, which is true to a degree. So I can't say I wasn't exactly I couldn't exactly say I was innocent in that regard, and I do accept my consequences. But it's now opened up this huge, massive stir up of all sorts of things, and I just now need to get these thoughts sifted through. And so long as I can get past these thoughts, which I'm slowly but surely doing, then I can go back to living the life that I want to live. And hopefully I can also overcome my ADHD paralysis. Because right now I'm having this voice in my head just tell me, no, don't do that. No, you shouldn't do that. It's bad and I hate it. But I'm slowly but surely also working to try to get through that as well. I need you all to bear in mind, like, I'm doing all this about therapy. I'm basically my own therapist, and yapping off into a camera helps a lot for sure as well. And you guys listening as an audience does mean a lot to me, so I greatly appreciate it. Hello, Pokeboy. I appreciate you being here. If you're homeless, just buy a house. Duh. That meme is amazing. Cough, cough, says Connolly. I can do that too. It's kind of tough to do actually. Are you a girl or a boy? I am a guy in real life. I'm a female in VR. You can say either he or her. I really don't have a preference. Hey, I'm back, but I'm late. Hello, Orange Dreamsicle. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. He's a male. His voice! Tornado of either 3 is almost... Ooh. Tornadoes are... Do you think Florida has some of the craziest tornadoes? Living in Central Florida, actually, you know what? That's kind of true. I've seen there was actually a tornado not too far away. Well, actually, this tornado came to be because there was a hurricane that we had last year. Was it last year or the year before? I think it was the year before. That actually sent off hurricane bands that caused tornadoes to happen. And those tornadoes were actually really ruthless. I think to the point because I think it damaged a city that was close by me. And that city got really fucked up. Forgive my French, but that's how bad it was. So, I guess that makes a point. But I personally feel like, you know, the Mimal states, I thought that, isn't that called Tornado Alley? I would assume you guys have really bad tornadoes and also very frequent tornadoes as well. But I don't exactly know. I don't really research that stuff. Since you have full body tracking stuff, can you play Beat Saber? I probably could. Here's the issue, Moogie. Beat Saber has yes, my headset's doing something weird, but Beat Saber has it where like you can't really see yourself for the most part. Also, you have to remember too, I don't have this model. Like I don't own this model. This model, hold on, my legs. Come on. You have to understand something. This model, this belongs to Code. And, well, unfortunately, Code is no longer with us. And at one point in time, they gave me this model. But I guess there was some sort of time limit on when you can download this model. And I did not reach that time limit. Now, I tried reaching out to the sibling of Code to hopefully get into the PC to try to get the model and send it to me. Unfortunately, the PC's locked up a password, and it seems like they don't know how to get that password. So... I'm kind of stuck without being able to utilize this model outside of VR chat. So if I could, I would probably put it in Beat Saber and figure out a way to show you guys like playing my game and whatever. But unfortunately, that's not gonna happen. So it is what it is. Hello again, Connolly. I apologize everybody for being so far behind on chat. I am trying to catch up on it now because I just want to like I don't want to fall too far behind on chat. I promise you. It's not what I intend to do, but right now I've been kind of just like in a yapping phase to try to help myself calm down. Hello, Bryco. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. Do you know Jackman? I don't know who you're referring to in this regard. I know a lot of Jacks, if that makes sense, but you could be referring to many different Jacks out there in the world, if anything. You need bread? Then go get some bread, Orange. I'm gonna go take a shower. Alright, Moogie, I hope you enjoy your shower. Hate the hamburger. Hi, hate the hamburger. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. That's a pretty cool name, actually. I kind of like that. I did see the squiggly. I think this chased me the other day. The squiggly line monster is like the level 1 monster in the Escape the Backrooms. Your skin is cute. Hello, Logan Hansen. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. And I do appreciate you liking my avatar. I I will say with this avatar, I do greatly appreciate it a lot. It's very cute. It's very lovely. It's very nice. I've always had the idea that I want to potentially help supplement the cuteness factor that is in this world. Now, don't get me wrong. These days, there's a lot of cute stuff out there, so I don't really have to participate. But I still want to make sure that I can put my message out there the best I can to you all, especially with a cute avatar to hopefully appeal you to coming into what I have to say. So that does really mean a lot to me, and I do appreciate that. I don't know Jackman. Hello, Kineto Pet. I appreciate you being here. What season are you in Invincible? Hello, Francisco. It's good to see you again. I appreciate you being here. I'm actually on season 4. I seriously need to watch season 5, though. I'm so scared of getting spoiled, especially since a lot of people have been saying a lot of things lately, so I really need to watch it soon. Hello, NCIA. Hello, NCIA Lex. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. You're you. That's all. Hello, Vulpix Fur. I appreciate you being here too. And you're right. I'm comfortable with who I am, and I want to make that abundantly clear to you guys. I don't really have any issues whatsoever with accepting me for who I like, for accepting me for me. My only issue right now is just trying to figure out my life ahead, and wherever it may take me, whether it's gonna be easy or not so easy, I'm gonna do it as myself, and I want to make sure that I continue to do things the best I can. So, thank you, Vulpix. I do like that actually. I'm a child. I'm a child. I'm a child. I'm a fat little child playing. What the heck does that mean? Hello, hello, Drekken the gamer. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. Is it is it or is it so stupid? Oh goodness gracious. Hello, Mila. I appreciate you being here too. Thanks for stopping by. What is this saying? YouTube is not blah 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 blah. I don't understand what this is saying. What are you saying? Talk to me. Speak to me like a man. Is not receiving enough video? What do you mean? Is not receiving to maintain smooth streaming as such viewers will blah blah blah. Okay. I can handle that. Right now I'm getting like a yellow warning on my YouTube whatever right now. Right now for some reason my okay, yes. My why is there so many dropped frames? Can you guys still see me properly? Okay, it's came back. It's came back for the most part. I'm gonna try to continue reading chat. 'Cause I feel like I'm gonna be having trouble with my internet at the moment. I really need to make sure I catch up for that reason. See, do you know Jack? I don't know who Jackman is, Preco, but I appreciate you being here. Wowie zowie! Hello, your name is, I like your name, Jumping Spider, but like spelled with numbers and letters. That's actually really cool. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. Where is... Hey, hey, Chris Roberts. It's good to see you again. I appreciate you being here too. I love that cat. I love that cat emoji. I hope life treats you well. You know, Jumping Spider, I hope life treats you well, good as well. Because by the end of the day, you know, I can have all sorts of crazy things going on in my life, but oh, there goes my thing again. Man, my equipment today has been absolutely terrible. Except I think this time it's actually going to. I think it's actually going to disconnect. It's yeah, it's legitimately like. Well, yes, but no. What is going on with my headset? Hold on, give me 1 second, everybody. I have to do this. What? No. I'm sure you guys can still hear me as well. Like you can see my body moving. Like I can still literally move my body, but my head is like my head is like doing God knows what at this rate. I really don't know. But hold on, I should come back in a second. Okay, I'm back. Apologies everybody. I There's a lot of technical difficulties with this live stream right now, and I think it has to do with my headset not being reset for a certain period of time. So I would do that, but that would just end the live stream entirely, and I don't want that to happen. Anyways, as I was saying, thank you, Jumping Spider. I hope life treats you well as well. So that does mean a lot to me. Hello, hello, Anna. I appreciate you being here, and thank you so much for liking my hair. I will say, my avatar base is a Rindo, but the ears are from Mo. And also, I kind of just like the little like back long strands that I have in my hair as well, along with just how nice and flowing it is, along with the little sparkles and everything that's in it. So I do appreciate you liking my hair. It does mean a lot to me. What will you, what will you have after 500 years? So stupid. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. Hi, Disclander. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. I'm glad you're in my live too, Jumping Spider. I hope you don't jump all over the place. I Hey, good talk. In the meantime, do you know Jack? Who is Jackman? Bryco, just explain it. At this rate, I don't know. Just explain it, because otherwise, I'm just gonna ignore you asking. I really don't know who that is. What's causing the problem? What's causing the problem is your negative attitude. Well, Connolly, I will say this. Believe it or not, throughout most of my life, I do try to convey a rather positive attitude, and I could do it rather easily because I just like being a positive person. But it's undeniable that I have those moments here and there where I have a lot of negativity wash upon my head and cause me to just, how do I put it? Like, have like thoughts that completely slow me down throughout the whole day. In fact, that's what happened when I was at work today. I just had a lot of internalized thoughts that was really causing me to be very upset and dreary. So, I sometimes like to live stream to put those thoughts out there. And that helps in a way because then I'm getting it off my chest. And in a way, this is kind of my form of therapy. I will be extremely honest with you all. There is nobody, at least nobody in my life, there's nobody that will help make me feel better. Not my brother, and you know what? My ex got pretty close. After I talked to them for a bit, they were doing really good, but then of course, the committal issues. But anyways, even my brother, like my brother tries, but he can't really succeed in the way that I need it. And that sucks to say because in reality there just really isn't anybody that can help me with what I need. So instead, I just kind of have to do it myself. But along the way, I like rambling out my thoughts so that A, I can look back at this and maybe see what I was talking about, but also B, getting that stuff off my chest just helps me continue going forward with the next set of thoughts that I need to have. So, do I have negative mentality sometimes? Yes, I do. But I like to put out my negative mentality out there so A, you guys can see that like I feel pretty comfortable just being vulnerable about it, but also B, like show you it can be a healthy outlet. It can be a way where you can, put offload those thoughts and then have new ones coming so you can continue on to your next steps. That is why people journal. That is why people have diaries, because it gives them that chance to be able to look back on their life and see the progress they've made. So this is, in a way, this is kind of my diary, and you guys are basically watching it in real time. So I hope that makes sense at the very least. Can you believe it? What am I believing here, Johnny? I appreciate you being here though. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you keep gaining hope and courage to continue your life. Thank you so much, Jumping Fire. That does really mean a lot to me, actually. Hello, Dread. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. You are not a lost cause. That is what I thought at the age of 16 and deleting my channel to over 1 subscribers. I am 28 now, doing the same as you. I will say you're not a lost cause. Well, I do appreciate that, Disclander. I'm surprised you deleted your channel when you were 16. Believe it or not, I still have a channel that I had about 15 that I made about 15 years ago. And it's funny. I remember one of the first videos that I made. How many of you guys ever heard of Super Smash Bros. Brawl? I'm sure many of you have, but some of you may not know that Super Smash Bros. Brawl was the only Smash Bros. Game to have a full-length single-player campaign. And at the end of it, you would fight a character named Taboo. Now, he was like some sort of like weird like not demon, but like digital god that like tries to kill you and whatever. And I personally beat him on the highest hardest difficulty. So I actually made a video on this my camera that I propped up on 3 pillows pointing at the CRT TV, and it was me fighting Taboo in insane difficulty, and trying to like show it off to the world. It's like as like a walkthrough, if you will. But that was my first ever video, and I wish I still had that video, but I deleted it a long time ago because I was not satisfied with the quality behind it. But regardless though, that channel still exists. I don't really allow it to be like known. This is the channel I want to be out and published. But either way, Disclander, I do hope you're doing well yourself, and I hope that your content creation journey is still going just as fine as mine is for the most part. Don't worry, man. I'm still a teen, so I'm still safe for now. That's good, Johnny. Just make sure you stay safe as much as possible. That is very important. Don't say you're a waste of air, Delvin. You're not a waste of air. Hello again, Dread. I appreciate you being here. Talkies are the best. Hello, just Lou VR. Talkies are not bad. I'm just not a huge fan of them personally. Hello, Satoru Gojo. I appreciate you being here. Satoru Gojo. And then there's LARP off. I'm just gonna call you LARP. You're a LARPer. That's what you are. If you're calling me a femboy, then I'm calling you a LARPer. Whatever the case, though, I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. I'm not really a femboy, but if you think I am, then by all means, I can't stop your opinion from thinking that. Talkies burn your lungs. Yeah, that's terrible. That sounds bad. I found an exit. Never mind. It was a wall. Keep going, Mint. I know you'll find it eventually. Why aren't you smoking? Hello, Super Nature Boy. I appreciate you being here. Well, actually, interestingly enough, while I do partake in getting high at times, I don't smoke, actually. I personally believe the only thing that should go in my lungs is air. That may change later on down the road, or maybe if I need to smoke for like medicinally, for like, medicine purposes. But no, I take my contents through either oral capsules or through edibles. And that's what I usually take personally. But also, I try to be responsible about it. Like, my headset's going insane, man. But I try to be responsible about it. Like, I want to make sure that I pace myself accordingly. I don't want to just take everything all at once and then just get absolutely shit-faced. Like, I need to be tactical about it. So that way I can still do what I need to do throughout the day, but feel good while doing it. I really don't find any appeal to just taking so much at once and then just like being absolutely messed up. At least not these days. I have things I need to do. You know what I mean? Bro, you say that because you don't have it. you guys are kind of funny, like pushing off trolls. That's cute. I appreciate that a lot, actually. But you know what you leave behind. Your print. You will be left behind. And Disclaimer, that I was talking about that earlier. I think one of my biggest things that I want to take comfort in is just to continue to make impressions upon as many people as I can. I'll tell you all this. One of my staff members, Iasis, he got a job recently. And actually, he's thriving decently well at this job, which he actually attests back to with me when we would work on the cafe events together. Which, it's some very fascinating way that actually makes me honored. I like the fact that I have made an impression upon someone because I helped them learn work ethic or responsibility and all that kind of stuff. So in other words, I alone am the honored one. No, let's not be stupid here. I'm gonna reposition myself because I want to kind of tired of just laying down now. I want to sit. But also I'm going to move the camera a bit because it's like now like above me. There we go. But I'm also like in the ground. I put it in the ground. I'm not a part of your system. Let me just turn off this thing. There we go. That works. And I'll put that right there. Okay. All right. I'm gonna continue reading chat though. Don't be depressed. Make like the rock photo and love yourself. Hello, Meko Shorts. I appreciate seeing you again as well. I hope you're doing well today. And I feel better right now because I've had the chance to distract myself and have conversation with you guys. So things are a little bit better. So with that being said, I am eternally grateful that we can have this moment with each other. Let me just continue reading chat so I can get with you all. Never succeed in life. Is Delvin okay? Delvin's fine. Delvin's just a little eccentric, if you will, but for the most part, they're harmless. Hello, Jinx. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. Love yourself like Dwayne The Rock Johnson loving himself. That's pretty cool, actually. I kind of like that. Delvin is a little. Delvin is a little interesting, but I don't really try to go against them because they're not like a sheer troll trying to insult or harm other people. They kind of just ramble off on things. And they said it themselves. They feel accepted in my live stream, and that's something very important to me. Now, if Delvin starts this. Okay. If Delvin starts to decide to be like really rambunctious or start harming other users, then, well, Delvin's getting the boot. But for now, Delvin is okay, if I do say so. If that event unfortunately happens, I'll make sure to put a flower on that stone. Dark, but you're a good person. Make your impact. Thank you, Odd Boy. I really just hope that. And you know what? The craziest part about it, guys, is that I don't want anything. I really don't. I don't want like a. I appreciate appreciation. Don't get me wrong. Like I appreciate validation, but I don't want people to be like, "Oh my God, Roller, you saved my life. Oh my God, Roller, you're amazing." It's like I don't need that. I just want you guys to live a good life. That's all I can ask for by the end of the day. And if I can make just a small little difference in your life for the better, then genuinely, wholeheartedly, that is all I can ask for. Nothing else, truly. So, yeah. Okay. So, I'm catching up, sort of. Have a good life, guys. Bye bye. Bye, Jumping Spider. I hope you take care now. Have a great day. You've made an impact upon me. I found you when I was depressed and just scrolling in bed. I saw you speaking out your emotions, bonding with your community. You helped me get away from my depression. And you know, Satoru Gojo, I'm happy that I can do that for you as well. I, my, I speak about my feelings, and I'm happy that you mentioned that as well. I speak about my feelings because I want to be genuinely honest with you all. Like, I can tell you just about anything. Now, granted, some of the things that I might mention may be a little more, how would I put this? Like, sorry, I'm kind of distracted by my legs. My legs are just in the way. So how about if I did this? My legs are no longer in the way. My legs are no longer in the way. But, what I'm trying to get about here is, I want to make sure just about anything that I can do in my life is to help find a way to make yours better. Maybe a piece of advice that I can mention to you guys. Maybe letting you guys know that it's okay to put your feelings out there with people you trust, of course. You shouldn't just do it for just about anybody. But by the end of the day, it is okay to be human. It is okay to be someone that needs to cry or needs to vent out or overall just needs to process their thoughts and feelings. You are human. You have every right to feel better about yourself by maybe taking some negative aspects of your life and just projecting themselves out or, crying about them. We are human. We can't expect ourselves to be 100% of the time. It's just not possible. And anybody who thinks they are doing that is absolutely lying to themselves. You have to take the time to sit there and reflect with yourself to understand what kind of person are you. to just ask if you're okay. Because by the end of the day, everybody, when you really get bound to brass tacks, when you think about what you have, there's only one thing you have that will remain constant for the rest of your life. You. You, yourself, and you. So, please, if anything, for me, be kind to yourself. Be nice to yourself. Respect what you can do. Understand your growth and understand your potential. Because I promise you, it's insurmountable. And just because you think you can't get there, doesn't mean you can't at all. Anyways. Hello, Hunter Sexton. Sexton. I kind of like that, actually. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. I subbed, but can I friend you on VR? I do appreciate the subscription, Yeeps fan, and I hope you're doing well today. You can add me. My name is Roller6902. I add just about anybody, but I will forewarn you guys, once my friend list gets full, then I can't obviously add people anymore now, can't I? But I will say one thing too, I never, ever, ever go in one-on-one sessions with my community members. Ever. I'm just forewarning you ahead of time. Why am I 5th place? Why Itadori Yujiya? Hello, your local weirdo. I appreciate you being here too. Thanks for stopping by. Sounds like a lot of word salad. Were you dating a politician? Stromboni, welcome back. You were a lot nicer when you were here last live stream, but I appreciate you being here regardless. Dating a politician? No, I wasn't dating a politician. I just like to yap a lot. And if you think it's word salad personally, well, remember, my friend, you don't exactly have to be here. And ultimately, if you want to continue to say negative and controversial things, then I can just send you off on your merry way. I mean, it's as easy as that, right? But truth be told, there's something called free will, which allows you to have the opportunity to go wherever and do whatever you want. So if you feel the need to basically say negative things, well, I mean, the next live stream is literally one swipe up. So I thought I'd just give you that piece of advice yourself, my friend. Hey man, I'm also depressed. Well, I'm sorry to hear about that, Dread. I hope it's funny because your name has Dread in the name. I do hope you find opportunity to make yourself feel a little less depressed, or maybe you can find something that can help distract you, if you will. I think that's one of the best ways around depression, in my opinion. You just have to find something new, something that can help distract your mind from the ever-arching thoughts that may be bringing the depression upon you. At least that's what I did personally. I've actually done two different things. One, I bought a 13-inch tablet. That's the Walmart brand, but it's actually pretty good. Like, I was testing a little bit before I started live streaming, and I kind of like I like the audio and I like the video quality. It comes with a stylus. It's actually really well built. I'm gonna probably use it a lot, and it's gonna be my precursor before I buy maybe like a more official tablet, like a Samsung Galaxy S10 Ultra, for example. But for now, I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna keep using it. I like it thus far, and hopefully I can continue to use it and just enjoy it. And number two, I have another account, another VR chat account, and no, I won't say what it is, but basically I'm only using Quest standalone because I have a Quest 3, right? And it's kind of collecting dust and doing nothing. So I want to find a purpose for it. That's why I'm making a whole completely separate account that is new status, no full body tracking, no PC stuff, just it by itself. And it's kind of nice actually to kind of restart and see VR chat for what it is, because I feel like for me personally, the price of entry in VR chat is expensive because I have to wear trackers, I got to get my headset ready, I got to get my computer ready, I got to get all the programs ready, I got to make sure the equipment behaves. There's just so many moving parts. Whereas on VR chat on Quest standalone, all I have to do is put on the headset, start VR chat, and boom, I'm in. It's so convenient. So much more convenient than all of this. But this is worth it because it provides the value to you guys by watching what you see on live streaming. So I kind of do that as well to kind of explore VR chat in another way. But I'm trying to do things to help like continue to distract myself. on top of like rebuilding my life by doing chores and all that good stuff. So it's a bit of an effort, I will say, but hopefully you find an opportunity to just help distract yourself from whatever may be bothering you. Hi, Tactily. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. I think I said this previously, but you really remind me of myself speaking. You kind of feel like you're talking to yourself in terms of personality. And you know, Sato, if that does remind you about yourself, then I'm very. What the heck? Sorry, my computer's lagging. But I'm very happy that I can provide you that sense of relatability. And I hope if I'm that relatable, then maybe you just give yourself that opportunity to get to know yourself a little more as well. Yeah? Hi, Ari! I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. Have you watched Murder Drones at TADC? I've watched The Amazing Digital Circus personally. Hold on, everybody. Let me get a drink of water. My throat feels a little strained. I don't know why. But regardless, though, I watched The Amazing Digital Circus. I was mentioning it way earlier that I actually watched the last act in theaters. And actually, tearjerker, I'll tell you that much. An absolute tearjerker. But um, as a bit of an aside, one of the things I don't like about TADC is that the fandom absolutely just ruined everything. And I don't mean like ruin like the fandom's is like the series is complete. It's all done. But the poor creator, Grooseworks, like people are just so needy and demanding about answers. Like, what's this? What's that? Blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, damn. Like they just want to make a nice piece of like a nice cartoon series that represents some things that they have in their life, and it just got turned into something that's way bigger than them. And I kind of feel for that as a content creator. Of course, I'm nowhere near as big as TADC ever will be, but I can understand the idea of parasocial relationships and the idea of everybody wanting to get the insider secrets about the lore and all that kind of stuff. It's just it becomes overwhelming really quickly. So I feel very bad for them. And at the very least, I hope the TADC fandom continues to build off that the Amazing Digital Circus and makes great, animations, fan art, all this kind of stuff. So ultimately, they continue to carry that series on in its name. Bye, Delvin. I hope you take care. You got a Sin shirt? That's awesome. I've watched a bit of Murder Drones, I will say. Bye, Pokeboy. I appreciate you being here. And hello, Cameron Presto. Thanks for stopping by. Just a note, new guys, rollers kind of delaying chat reading. Yeah, and that's why I'm just trying to catch up with it the best I can. Hi, Jade. Jade KNY. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. Hello, Roro Nora Zoro. I appreciate you being here too. And hello, multiple. Is that say multiple? Bitch. I'm pretty sure. I don't exactly know. But I appreciate you being here too, multiple. I hope you take care. AMFM Walkman. That's actually a pretty cool name. I kind of like that one. I do hope you're doing well as well. Yeah, like this. Hello, Alien. I appreciate you being here. It's just I there's hardware problems that are happening right now, but I am trying to catch up on chat because I do need to go to bed rather soon. So, footlong nachos. Hello, Rogul. Rogul, is that your name? I still appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. You can't really hear much. Am I quiet? Can you guys hear me proper? I should have done an audio check, but can you guys hear me properly? I feel like everything should be correct. Yeah. I have my audio volume pretty decently loud. Let me see. Lowered the world volume just slightly, so maybe the rushing water doesn't overwhelm past my voice, but I'm not entirely certain. Someone had texted me. Oh, someone else has texted me. Okay, anyways, besides the point. I don't know if it's you lagging or if it's me. It was actually me, Dread. I saw the dropped frames, and so it was definitely me lagging. Yeah, my internet really does hate me. Hello, I'm Joyce. Hello, Mr. 5280. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. Blows up pancakes of mine. Pancake explosion. The Greater Tractor Massacre. Oh my god, the Greater Tractor? Wouldn't that technically be considered a black hole then, Alien? Hi, sorry I missed some streams. I was at camp. Hi, Guinevere. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. And that's okay, man. Like if you have stuff that you have to do in real life, then please, I will always say this, and I always want to make sure. Okay, I always want to make sure I say this. You guys don't have to like apologize or feel obligated to come to my live streams. Whenever you come, I'll be more than happy to accept you back. But please don't feel like you need to like apologize apologize for not being here or anything. You guys have your own lives and I absolutely understand. I would never expect you guys to consistently be like, "Oh, well, you're not here, so I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to deal with you anymore." Like, no, that's not how I roll. The fact that you're here right now does mean everything. Every single one of you, I can say the same thing. Even the trolls, even the haters, just being here with me, having a chance to just listen to me yap and unwind myself and let myself just get away from my thoughts because I'm very 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 far away from my thoughts right now, and I'm very thankful because you guys have helped me get there. So whether you want to be a troll or whether you want to say some stupid random stuff, just understand even that by itself is technically helping me in being better. So for what it's worth, thank you. My heart really does go out to every single one of you for being here. Now, let me continue reading on chat so I can get this party finished. I really love you, man. I still love you. Hi, Alexander Cunnington. It's good to see you again. I hope you're doing well as well. You're my 13th reason why. Hello, Jack Vernal. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. That's not a very nice thing to say, my friend. That's not nice at all. But whatever the case, I'm going to take that as a joke. And then we're going to leave it at that. Because otherwise, if you want to make that joke again, then I'll report to YouTube that you're trying to promote ideas of hopelessness, if you will. And then at that point, we'll let YouTube decide. Fun fact, by the way, there was a live stream that I tried to do one time to help fund research, not research, but like fund crisis lines to help with the battle against hopelessness. Now, I said a certain word, starts with an S. It's the final solution. I said it one too many times. So you know what YouTube did? YouTube closed my live stream, deleted the VOD, and not only that, but they also sent me an email saying, here are resources to help you if you're struggling with the battle for hopelessness. And I was like, what? I'm so sorry, but that's not for me. I was just trying to help. I wasn't actually trying to do it myself. But the point is, what I'm trying to get about here is that YouTube takes it very seriously. So I'll be more than happy to tell them, yeah, this person is potentially trying to do something they shouldn't be doing. And then get ready, because you're going to get all sorts of email resources yourself as well. Isn't that exciting? Yeah! Get out of here, dude. I think the chat... I'm trying to catch up. I really am trying to catch up. It's just I keep falling behind. Like, it feels like every time I catch up, I just keep falling behind. Hey, Raylan, I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. I do see you, Alexander. I am making sure that I read up and see every unique person that joins. Hey, it's been a while. I took a break from VR chat. Glad you're doing well. Hi, Star the Gamer. I appreciate you being here as well, and I hope you're having a great day too. Yeah, I understand my title at this point, but I feel pretty good at this point, so I'm not really in that case anymore. Either way, though, I do appreciate your concern. It does mean a lot to me. Also, my headset's about to die. There we go. My headset's no longer gonna die. Why is Yeetser here? I don't know who's Yeetser. Who's Yeetser? Hi the jumpiest Jeffrey. I appreciate you being here. I gotta tell. Oh man, just Metaton's great. I love Metaton so much, especially the poses that he does. It's like I love it. I love Undertale. My favorite game of all time, I swear. Has been following me. I don't know who Yeetser is. Hello, Barney, my Pookie. Goated name, by the way. I hope you're doing well today. Hello, ZZZ Cupid. I hope you're doing well as well. And hi, Yuji. It's nice to have you here as well. I like your coffee. You know, Barney, are you going to share any coffee with me? I would love to go for a coffee right now, personally. But maybe I shouldn't, because it's, I need to go to bed soon. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. I do like that quote, Alien, actually. Welcome back, Moogie. Sup, how are you? I'm doing a lot better now, Cupid. When I first started this live stream, I was pretty depressed. I'm not going to lie. But now that I've been kind of distracting away from my thoughts by talking to you guys, I actually feel a lot better. So, yeah. And I hope, if anything, you're doing well yourself, actually. Yo, I hope bro is okay. Hello, Speed McGee. I appreciate you being here. I feel a lot better now. and I'm just trying to catch up on chat the best I can. So, but I appreciate you being here. Hello, Green Bullet Glazer. I appreciate you being here too. I'm back. How has your day been so far? Hi, keep going forwards. My day as a whole was filled with a lot of heavy thoughts that I was having upon myself. I I will be honest with you all. I was potentially not going to do a live stream at all. Instead, I was going to do a video where I was basically just going to hate on myself for like 10 to 20 minutes. I I was still kind of tempted to do it, but I was trying to do it because namely I wanted to make myself cry. And I don't know. I just when I got home, I felt so apathetic about everything. Even this, like I almost didn't want to live stream, but I kind of like forced myself to do so. And well, here I am now. And I'm very happy that I did, and I hope you all are having a great night because of this live stream, hopefully. Bye tactically. It's good to see you again. I hope you take care. What the heck is my I'm a dude. Star Wars explained. I'm dude born and raised in an Italian family. I'm second generation American, so hard Italian roots. Depression is okay and sadness is okay, but the hopelessness is not an option. You need to fight through those feelings as a man. You got a lot riding on you, and even if you're single and just have a dog, your coworkers care. Trust me, man. You are very right about that. Star Wars explained, and I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. I will say this for sure. I will never ever resort to hopelessness, if that makes sense. By the way, that S word, I have to like put a euphemism behind it because if I don't and I say it too much, YouTube will literally like destroy my live streams. It's happened once already, and I don't want it to happen again. Regardless, though, you are very right. I will never do it myself, but I will be honest with you. I don't exactly hold a high regard for my own life. And I don't mean that like, oh wow, like this obvious thing that's gonna get me destroyed and provides no value to society. Let me just go into it and kill my let me just go into it and lose to hopelessness. See, I had to kind of like catch myself there. But what I'm trying to say is like, if I potentially was put into a situation where I can help somebody, or help a group of people, or even help a community, but it may risk my own life, then I'm going to take it. And whether I succeed or whether I don't succeed in preserving my own life, as long as I've done something to help another person. That's where I am right now. This is my life right now. I really don't see a purpose for myself to try to grow or develop things. I'm totally comfy where I am. And I want to continue developing myself the best I can to be the best I can in terms of conversation or maybe physical health and all this kind of stuff. But in terms of actual goals and ambitions, I'm sitting comfy right now. I just want to be able to help others. That's my goal and ambition right now. And hopefully along the way I can continue to inspire and motivate many people to be the best they can be. So, if anything, that is what helps me remind myself that there is a point in this world that I can take my blessings and try to give what I can to back to you all. Yeetster disappeared. I don't even know who Yeetster is. If you don't read anything, I read this. If you're depressed, I'll stick with you in your lives to chat with you, man. Well, I do appreciate that a lot. Star Wars explains. You're very kind actually, and I'm very thankful for you having such kindness in your heart to be able to speak to me like this. I'm I'm pretty okay right now. You don't have to stay if you don't want to. I'm eternally grateful with your kind words, and I hope if anything for you yourself, I hope you have a great day as well, or have a great night, great day, great moments, great life. That's all I can really ask for anybody. And the fact that you want to reach out and say very kind words to me does mean a lot to me. So, I wish the best for you too. I genuinely do. We have to watch out for each other, especially those who want to make sure that we can be there for each other. So, thank you so much. Are you really a woman? I'm not a woman. Hello, Pants on Fire. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. My name has Dreadbear because the main character of my channel. Oh, that's actually pretty cool, Dreadbear. I like that idea, like mascots. Alright, bye, Chris Roberts. I do hope you take care now. Hello, konnichiwa. Hello. Oh, hello. Hi, Ari. Hello again. I'm kind of sad right now because my favorite game is dying and I hate a lot of people leaving my pop-up is doing chemo. Oh. Hi, My Little Pony IDK. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. I'm really sorry to hear that your father is currently going through chemo right now. I will, in the most utmost, so I don't try to do this because I don't like trying to bring religion into my live streams. But I will say a very brief prayer for your father because And I don't typically do this. Don't start asking for it. I just want to do it specifically for you because I felt like you came in really nicely, and it seems like things are not going so well for you right now. So at the very least, dear Heavenly Father, I do wish for My Little Pony IDK. That's your name, yeah. I do wish for the father of My Little Pony IDK to succeed in the battle of cancer, and hopefully they find an opportunity to live an enriching life after such a hard trial. Along the way, please give them many blessings and make sure that they can continue to see the positivities in life, even though they're put in a very dreary state. In your name, amen. You're welcome. Anyways, hi, I am Poppy Seeds. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. What type of question is that, Sally? I am Poppy Seeds. You be so surprised how many times I get that question. Are you a guy or a girl? Are you gay? Are you a femboy? Sometimes people call me a furry, even though technically like this avatar isn't really furry status. But you know what? People are just gonna ask questions. Like I at the very least am okay with them asking instead of just outright being like, yeah, you're gay. Yeah, you're a femboy. Like it's like, how are you gonna tell me what I am? You don't even know who I am. You're just some random stranger that scrolled onto my live stream and thought it would be a good idea to say some random weird thing. These these people kind of exist like this. They just do. And as a live streamer that's been live streaming for at this rate almost over a year, like you kind of just roll with the punches and know when to just at least answer their question, but after a while learn when to ignore them, which is what I do sometimes. What a stupid guy. That's so funny. That's honestly funny to me because like even at that point trying to insult, that's like I find it hilarious because I don't like flexing my numbers or anything, but like Saleh, what are you doing with your life, my friend? Let's go to your channel real quick. You wanna play the insult route? I'll play this game. 3 subscribers. Duty soldier. 3 subscribers. All right. So I want you to collude that with my 5.84k subscribers, where I try to provide a positive impact upon many different people between my content, my live streams, and my events. I have made a great impact upon this world, and you want to call me a stupid guy. I think, my friend, you should personally take a mirror and turn it right back around at yourself, because technically speaking, you're the one you should be calling a stupid guy. Stupid guy. Anyways. Hey, if you don't read anything, let me do it too. I'm close to 40. Been dealing with what I was. I am a U.S. Weird human body facts. Did you know that the human body can sneeze hard enough to off? I thank you. Thank you for giving me that information, but I really didn't not want to know that. Yes, actually, Satoru, it's funny because I was watching a video from someone named Royalty is Here who was talking about the Amazing Digital Circus, and they actually likened it to the My Hero Academia effect, which I guess My Hero Academia has been overtaken by its fandom and just completely running amok. So, I can actually relate to that because of watching that video, but I'd never personally watched My Hero Academia myself. Hi. Hello, Gilfred. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. Hi, how are you doing? I'm doing pretty good right now, your local weirdo. I hope you're doing well yourself. Hi, Hope McKnight. I hope you're doing well yourself as well. Raised in an Italian family. Seen a short today to describe 100% how I feel, not depression, but the lack of belonging to a group. You know, Star... you're still going. I want to make sure I continue reading. Rage rate used to be believable. What can we call you? You can call me Roller. Roller works just fine. And if you want to use pronouns, you can either use he or her. Hi, Isaiah Rodriguez. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. Guilford, that's a really cool looking star. I like that in the chat. And hello, Cosmic the Shark. I appreciate you being here too. I can hear. I can hear too. You know, in fact, I'm all ears. Kidding, of course. Pancake explosion. Hello, Carl JCs. I appreciate you being here too. Thanks for stopping by. And Guilt too? Wait, why is there like... There's like 2 people with the same profile picture. It's Gil 2, and then there's Guilford De Castro. That's quite interesting, actually. You love my avatar? Well, thank you, Random Things for Life. I appreciate you being here. And you know, it's funny that your name is random, has random in it. Guess what? My username also has random in it, like Random Slandom. But truthfully, in all sincerity, I do appreciate you liking my avatar. I love my avatar a lot. I think it's rather cute, but it's also rather modest. So it's a little more pleasurable in like the cuteness aspect. Like you guys, make sure you keep your guys up, your eyes up here. You know what I mean? Eyes up here, guys. Eyes up here. Listen, on the real though, there's already enough Gooner bait stuff out there already. Just look at any VTuber that basically has their tits hanging out in some crazy, very small crew neck T-shirt, and you don't have to you don't have to scroll very far to find that. I promise you. If anything, I want to make sure my content is a little more wholesome than that, and my content actually has substance behind it, and not just because I have like big titties or whatever. Anyways, moving on. Hey, if you can look up some chat here so you search my, please don't do anything stupid, you know, brother. I've been reading your thing, Star Wars Explains, and you said you were basically almost 40, and that you saw a short that reminds you that you feel like you don't belong to a group. And you know, I can kind of agree to that to a certain degree. I will say, with me personally, I always feel like that my sense of emotional support is maybe a little too much for a lot of people to reach. And I think honestly the only people who can technically reach it are therapists themselves. Now, of course, I'm not going to go to therapy just to have a conversation with somebody. Um, Instead, I would hopefully like to meet someone someday that can potentially match the emotional and mental energy that I try to provide, which can be kind of tough, believe it or not. There's just a lot of people out there that really don't know how to provide real emotional support, like how to ask the right questions, how to say the right things. It's a game. It's a mind game. I promise you. It takes a lot of effort to do it properly. And I know I can make it seem like that I can do it rather second nature, but trust me, it's been a lot of conversations, a lot of ups, a lot of downs. It takes so much experience of just straight yapping with others, with yourself, with a group, with, you know, everything else in between. It takes a lot of skill, a lot of experience, a lot of reflection, and overall just a lot of determination to want to speak properly, to want to speak like to show that you have genuine interest in the person in front of you. It's a skill. It's a real skill. If everybody can do it, well, we would have just a much better world because we would all be there for each other and understand each other better. But unfortunately, there's a lot of external factors in play that make it a lot harder to achieve those kind of things. So, if at the very least, I hope I can show you guys what it can look like if you know what to do, like asking good questions, how to hold a proper conversation. If there's one thing that absolutely pisses me off, it's when people cannot hold a conversation. Oh my god. Bro, just ask questions. That's all you have to do. Legitimately, I will tell you all this story, and then I'll continue reading chat. I remember one time when I was still in my bar era in VR chat, I met this other person who had a cute VR chat avatar. In fact, I think if I look at it, please tell me yes. This is around the time when I first got VR chat. It's this person right here. This one. Do you see that avatar? You see how cute that avatar is? That's a cutie patootie avatar. Anyways, the point is, I sat down at a table with them, and funny enough, one of the first questions they asked me just sheerly out of nowhere is, so what kind of soda do you like? I'm not gonna lie, I kind of laughed my ass off, but you know what? I give them absolute kudos for trying. That's trying to actually like engage in conversation. And I commend them greatly because it may have seemed like a stupid question, but you know what? At least they were trying to have conversation with me. That's what I'm talking about. That's all it takes. Just ask a question. It doesn't have to be a philosophical, super life-ending question. It could be as simple as, what's your favorite food? Boom! There you go. You open up a whole conversation to talk about your favorite foods, back and forth, and then you run out of things to talk about? Okay, What's your favorite drink? It's as simple as that, people. And I promise you, you'll have a great conversation, provided the other person is willing to have it too. That's just conversation 101, honestly. It's not hard, frankly. But I know I went on a crazy tangent, Star Wars explained, but the point is, I feel like I don't really belong anywhere because, and I don't want to sound arrogant, but my sense of intellectual conversation is maybe a little too high for a lot of people, which that's not going to stop me from trying to talk to them. I'm still going to talk to just about anybody that I want to talk to. But to feel fulfilled, per se, I would need someone who can genuinely match me at my level, which I'll be honest with you, I mean, not even my brother can match me on my level. It's a pretty intense level. And there are very, very, very few people I can say that have actually matched me at my level. But unfortunately, not very many, personally. Thank you for liking the glitter in my hair, Hope. That does mean a lot to me, actually. I keep falling behind on chat. Alright, I'm not too far behind on chat. I just joined. What is this live about? Hi Scarlett. I appreciate you being here. I was initially depressed when I first started this live stream, but now I'm actually a lot better, actually. I appreciate you being here, though. And thank you for liking my shorts, Poppy Seeds. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you for calling me pretty, random things. That does mean a lot to me, too. Hello, Sherry. I appreciate you being here. I know it's not a solution. I don't want to make sure I ever achieve the matter of hopelessness no matter what. I still want to make sure that I can be here for you guys the best I can. I finally caught alive. How are you doing? Saw the title. Hello, Keith? Can I call you Keith? Either way, I appreciate you being here. I was initially depressed when I first got in here, but ever since I started yapping like crazy and just saying hi to you guys, I'm actually been feeling a lot better. So, I appreciate you being here, but I do need to start catching up on chat. Hi. I was thinking that hard. Guess what? I found a show that says most men aren't depressed. It's the fact that we don't belong to a group. It sounds about right, honestly. It really does. Like, a lot of men probably feel like they're lone wolves in their own regard. And maybe I feel like that. Perhaps I should probably try to drop those ideas because, having someone in your life and just accepting them is not too bad by the end of the day. Thank you so much, My Little Pony. I do like you appreciating my avatar. Hello, Millipede. I appreciate you being here. Thank you, Star Wars Explains. That does mean a lot to me. And if anything, I do hope you have a fantastic day yourself, if you are leaving, that is. I assume you're saying that because you are potentially leaving, so I want to make sure I say my goodbyes to you while you're still here. I changed my name thing for fun, honestly. That's pretty cool, actually. Hello, Throw It. ... One. I appreciate you being here, too. Thanks for stopping by. Eee! Eee! Good night, Gojo. I do hope you take care, and thank you for stopping by. Hello, Land Riders 7th. I appreciate you being here too. Are you okay? I'm pretty okay enough. Throw it. Ever since I started this live stream and started yapping and started talking to you guys, I got a little more energized and I feel better for the most part. So I appreciate your concern and I do appreciate you being here. Don't hate on yourself if fans love you and wish you're doing okay. I know, and frankly, like, I keep forgetting that I have you lovely people to help me keep going forward. I just need to make sure I continue on that trend to provide something to you guys, like reading up on chat and making sure you feel acknowledged in my live streams. Speaking of which, let me continue reading chats. I do need to catch up on chat, honestly. I'm tired. You changed your username? Now you changed it from My Little Pony IDK to I'm Gonna Scream. It's true, I am going to scream. I'll scream with you. Ah! I hope that helps. You're content with where you are. I am indeed content with where I am, personally. Like, I think it's good, but you're always going to have people out there that are going to want more from you. And, I mean, like, the only more I want to try to go for is, like, trying to grow in content creation and YouTube and all that kind of stuff. So, where hopefully, like, I've had a goal. I don't really try to make goals for subscriber counts and whatnot, but I would really love to have a silver play button in my bedroom. That would be so cool. I'm 1/20th of the way there. I'm sure I'll get there in the next 5 years. But goals, everybody. That's what gives me purpose in my life. Goals. But I am indeed content with where I am. Yes. I'll be keeping on you as a friend and someone who feels the same way as a man, someone who hasn't found a crowd to belong to. Well, I do appreciate that, Star Wars Explained. I will say with my community in particular, I do have kids around the age of like 16 to 21. So considering how much older you may be, I don't exactly know if my community would be the right fit for you. You could still participate, don't get me wrong, but just do be mindful of the average age group that I have. For some reason, I can resonate with them decently well because A, with my job being a grocery manager, I do have to maintain some 14, 15, 16, 17 year olds as associates. And B, I scroll on the internet so much and I keep up with internet memes so much that I can relate to the kids in terms of like the most modern trends. Like for example, 6 7. uh, don't you get here when people throw the observable universe at don't you when people throw the I don't want my observable universe thrown at me. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna scream. I said the prayer for the wrong person. Either way, though, I still obviously mean it for your grandfather. I mean it for any family member that you may be undergoing terrible trouble. So I'm sorry I said it wrong, but my prayer is still and true, at the very least for the sake of your family member. What's your favorite comedian if you'd like to change the topic? I don't really have a favorite comedian, honestly. I don't watch stand up a lot. So but if I were to say someone, I honestly like I kind of just like Adam Sandler really. I think Adam Sandler has always been just that like comfort funny guy. Like he doesn't really experiment that much, but with the things that he does, it overall just works out in the end. And plus, Adam Sandler is more like a movie comedian, not so much a stand-up comedian. Even though I know, like, I think Dave Chappelle and I think Eddie Murphy sometimes does stand-up as well. So, but in terms of like actual stand-up comedy, I can't really give you a proper answer on that. But I will say Adam Sandler as my answer personally. Mangoes, mangoes. Hey, Roller, can you go back to the chat? I sent you the 2 questions I asked. Channel activity. What question did you ask? Can you go back to the chat? I sent you about the 2 questions I asked. You didn't ask for anything in particular. Are you asking about joining this? Well, I told you already, Moogie. I don't allow people to join on me on one-on-ones, especially my own live streams. So the answer is no to that, if that's what you're trying to go about. Hi, Azurs. I think mangoes are okay, personally. Wait, you have 5K. I remember when you had 5 and only 3 vids. Hello, that one guy. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. Indeed, it's been about a year and 4 months. Isn't that kind of crazy? I feel like I've got from where I am now to 5K subscribers in a decent matter of time. Now, it's funny because I will say from February all the way up until about October, that was all just 1K. And now for some reason, like from then until now I'm up to 5K. And I'm kind of like halfway there to 6K, which is crazy. But either way, though, I'm extremely grateful that you guys have provided this opportunity for myself to be reached out there. Happy birthday, Dreadbear. That's a Nukes Taco laugh if I ever heard it. Alright, bye. I'm going to scream here. I'll scream for you. Ah! Anyways. Hi, Cody Franks. I appreciate you being here. I've only watched the pilot episode T in Barely Anime. Do I still belong in this stream? Hi, Osero? Is your name Osero? I'm going to call you YouTube. I appreciate you being here. Yes, I invite anybody to come along to these streams. I don't try to talk about TADC too much in case you haven't watched it, but I accept just about anybody, so you're right where you need to be. I hope you're doing well today. Hi, Hari. Is this a side duck? That's awesome. I love that so much. Right now, I'm literally inside a massive dust storm. Hello, Pyroraptor. I hope you stay well in that dust storm. That really is important to me. Okay, I'm trying to catch up on chat. I'm actually catching up decently well. I watched one of those disturbing cat in a hat text vids, and now I'm scared I'm finna get skinned. I definitely wouldn't want you to get skinned, GCA. By the way, I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. What's your favorite Digital Circus character? Mine had to... Actually, believe it or not, mine is Ragatha, believe it or not. Now, I like Ragatha because I see myself in her a lot of myself in her, actually. Even to the point where they were like, oh, you know, after a while, Ragatha trying to, like, be comforting and supporting, you kind of wonder if it's actually genuine or not. And that really strikes out to me because I'm very focused on the idea of being genuine myself personally. So Ragatha, like, kind of, like, maybe, like, trying to be fake about it really is something I don't want to do. That's why I get so heavily focused on trying to find a way of asking good questions, on trying to be interested in the topics that people tell me about, because I don't want to make it seem like I'm just being nice and trying to be supportive by like, yeah, you'll get there, champ. You'll do it in no time. No, like I want to actually like, get deep down, deep dive with you and understand your wants, interests, desires, and needs because that makes you feel seen. And so long as you feel seen, then I'm technically doing my job. So but as a whole of Ragatha, she's trying her best to be a supporting character to everybody around her. And I liked it too eventually when she started expelling her rage, because indeed, I'm very much like that too. At some point in time, you can't hold the nice person act for very long. Eventually, something will cause you to crack, and you have to just let it out. Because if you don't let it out then, you'll bottle it up, and it's going to turn into something way worse down the road. So my answer had to be Ragatha. That laugh is diabolical. You remind me of Nux a bit. Hey, I mean, by all means, if that reminds you of something that you like, then I'm pretty happy that I can. I have a daily alert. Hi, I'm Red Blep. I appreciate you being here. Welcome back, I'm gonna scream. What are your thoughts on the indie game Pizza Tower? I love it. In fact, I was thinking about it the other day. I was thinking about single player games that I want to play, and Pizza Tower has been one of those games that have come up. So I really want to play that again rather soon. So yes, I love the game. I think it's kind of hard, but I think the game has that replay value for that reason, because once you start learning the maps, you could just go through it like it's almost magic. I've seen gameplay videos of certain levels, and I'm like, how do they do that? But you come to realize that's practice, that's experience, that's mechanics mastering, all that kind of stuff. Stuff that comes naturally over time when you play a video game, you know? Okay. I'm trying to catch up. You're making a horror game? That's awesome, Blep. I do wish you best of luck on it. Not to sound rude. What's this model called again? Hi, Kenjay. I appreciate you being here. This model is actually called Rindo. That's the base model of it. Finally, some matching. The funny thing is, my best friend's wife is jealous of his relation. That's actually pretty cool. Star Wars explained. I'm very happy that it's like that little like jealousy is kind of cute sometimes. Honestly, I love the way your kalik, the anime hair thing on your hair, moves. Do you mean this? Is that thing? Or are you talking about this? Are you talking about this thing? Or are you talking about that thing? I thought this was called something else. What is this called again? Can you guys enlighten me what this is called again? That little moving hair on the top of my head? The only streamer I actively watch. Hi, Gaming Fox, and I do appreciate that a lot. I do hope you're doing well today. Yeah, that's what I thought it was called. I thought it was called Ahoge. You actually play VRC as well? Well, random things. You can join my Discord server, and you can join my VR chat group, so you can come join my events at some point if you'd like. No pressure, of course. I don't try to pressure anybody to join if they don't want to. Thanks. The conversation is a skill you need to learn. Get good at it. If you need to talk more, sorry, no way fix it. You make someone comfortable. Conversation is indeed a skill. And frankly, like I like to talk to people who maybe are not comfortable in conversation, because then I'm pretty forgiving myself personally. I know how to keep a conversation going for as long as the person is willing to enlighten me. But I don't try to make conversations just to try to like annoy a person. I try to make conversations because I want that person to at least feel like they can have a chance to open themselves up to me. So that way someone takes the chance to actually hear them out. You will be surprised, everybody, you'll be surprised. You will be surprised at how much people will just brighten up the moment they feel seen or heard. That's why conversation is a very super important skill to have. Yo, chat, in a few times, bully each other. That's actually pretty cool, Star Wars explained. It's Fillion Day, right? You dress like her. Hi, Victor. I appreciate you being here. It's the same model as Fillion. It's the Rindo model. But I appreciate you being here. You know, that's so sweet of you, Ari. But thank you so much. I do appreciate your kind words, and my heart really does go out to you. I'm very happy that I can make some of you guys feel better. That's the important part to me, and I hope I can continue to do that for as long as I can. It really does mean hello, seafood. Hello, I don't even know how to say that. Honestly, I get super nervous talking sometimes where I say the wrong thing, or that maybe they're just not into the combo. It's a lot to deal with. You're very right about that, Alien. But what I've come to realize personally, I've eventually just stopped caring about what people in front of me might think. Like, don't get me wrong, I can read their facial expressions and maybe their body language to understand if I said something right or maybe something not so right. But by the end of the day, I really just don't care anymore. I'm going to say what I want to say, whether they like it, whether they don't like it. I said it. It is what it is. Do they want to continue conversation with me? Great. If they don't, that's fine too. But sometimes you just got to be you got to be not afraid to just speak in general. Fortune favors the Fortune favors the bold, as they say. So just do it. Do it, my friend. Just do it. Anyways. Anyways. But I appreciate you sharing, Alien. I appreciate you opening up about it. Hide the beneath the words the bloop. What the heck? Lately, kiwi, strawberry, vitamin water. That sounds pretty good, actually. I am in the same way. I live in Tennessee and decently high intellect. It just becomes a problem. Star Wars explains. You know, you kind of have to like just accept other people you may have to speak to. Honestly. Oh no, Isaiah. I do hope you take care now. That's very important to me. You like my laugh? I do appreciate that, Scarlett. Thank you for liking my laugh. What do you like to do? What do you do for a living? Those are very good. Those are very good conversation starters, Kenjay. I will say personally, for me, I always ask somebody, "How are you doing?" And then afterwards, I let them ask, "What's been going on with you?" And that opens up conversation because then they talk about a lot of different things, and then you just take one small thing they tell you and then ask a question around that, and that's how you start conversation. It's a lot easier than you might think, actually. Is that piss at the wall? My goodness gracious. What is that, Asaroff? I don't even want to know anymore. Hey dude, remember me? Hello, Charlie. Yeah, actually I do remember. Your name has that interesting string of words that have intrigued me. But I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you again. All right. I'm gonna catch up a little more. Bye, Isaiah. I hope you take care now. Hey, sometimes subject is limited. But it rings and oh my gosh. What the heck is going on? Hi, Adam Tamer. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. I found a dog, but it tried biting you. Bite it back. It's as simple as that. Usually output expectations. I kind of don't know what you're talking about. Why are you a girl? Well, I will say, there's a bit of backstory as to why I use this avatar. So once upon a time, when I broke up with my VR girlfriend and I left the group that she brought me into, there was a point in time where I didn't really have a home. I didn't have, but I had full body tracking. And I like to get high a lot, and I like to listen to music. So one day I went to a world called Prismic's Avatar Search, and I started pressing random avatar, random avatar, random avatar. One day, I landed on this exact avatar. Not this exact one, but it was remade by the same creator. And once I did, I mean, it clicked with me. It just felt comfortable to me. It just felt right. And, well, the rest is history, honestly. I've been using it ever since, and frankly, like, I don't think I'm gonna never not. I'm not gonna ever stop using this avatar anytime soon. So I do hope that at least answers your question somewhat. Hello, OG Cotton Candy Gaming. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. I'm 9. Hello, Zara. I appreciate you being here. I don't feel comfortable with that. That's for sure. Thankfully, my stream is PG-13, but you really technically shouldn't be on YouTube right now, my friend. You gay? Hello, Purple YT. I appreciate you being here. No, I'm not gay. I hope that answers your question. Gay is for those who are active. I consume brain. It's really bad. You should look up Joey Diaz. I'm just not a huge stand-up kind of person. But brain rot though, brain rot. I could take it all day, every day. I'll tell you that much. Nice ways to say gifted. That is true. I mean, gay is not necessarily a bad thing, but like, I guess people are trying to say that as if they're trying to call me a homosexual, but I'm not. So it's just a simple answer. I'm curious. Did you have a previous channel named Random Slam? There's skits from 2012. Okay. Thank you for letting me know, Kai. I think I know what you're talking about. That channel is it like some Peruvian guy and like his friend or whatnot. I interestingly enough, that's why I fully can't take full control of Random Slandom. That's why I have Random Slandom 6902, because that particular channel has Random Slandom. And funny enough, that channel is dormant. Like the channel, the videos on it are kind of funny, but it's namely dormant, so it just exists for no reason. So I don't know if you're referring to that one, but other than that, I've been using Random Slam ever since this last year, so I don't entirely know what you're referring to. I was asking why are you depressed and have you gooned? I don't. Well, well, Moogie, I was depressed because I've been having a lot of thoughts about what the future is gonna look like for me, and as the question for as if I gooned, well, I I'm not gonna say that on live stream. I will say this. I can be wholeheartedly honest about this. I am a gooner, but 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 I will never ever bring that into live stream ever or into my events. In fact, I did it at my cafe event, somewhat sort of, and I'm very ashamed of myself actually because I'm not sexually driven like that at all. I don't try to make everything that all of my thoughts be sex derived and everything of that nature. That's already all over the place, and I don't need to add to that. I want to provide genuine and wholesome content. That's why when people come in and like they do goon bait type stuff in the live stream, I like calling them out for the gooners that they are. But little do they know, technically I am one myself. But I won't expose that to you guys. That's not important. Like I get it, I have my needs, but that's not what this live stream is about. It's a wholesome live stream where we all come together and just enjoy each other for who we are. That's the important part. But no, I won't reveal if I'm ever gooning. Well, thank you, Star Wars Explains. I do appreciate the conversation that we had, and if anything, I'm gonna be getting off really soon, so you probably won't be able to hear me much longer. Hi, it's me, Callie. I appreciate you being here, and hello again, Mobile Task Force. It's good to see you as well. I'm LARP Lauer. I have no idea what that means, but I appreciate you being here regardless. I hope you're having a good day. Same as by to trans active to inactive. It's very interesting what you're mentioning. 4i. Hi! Hi, Avery! I'm doing pretty good. I hope you're doing well yourself, actually. When you have been interested in touch in 10 years. Huh. This is certainly a notification I woke up to. Hi, Graph. I appreciate you being here. Have you tried crystal meth? Ashes. Hello, Ashes for Ashes. I appreciate you being here. No, I have not tried crystal meth. And I don't have any intention to do so. Haven't in 6 years, maybe less, but I feel like free meth is bath salt. What the heck? What the heck, man? Oh my goodness. Anyways, you once thought of me as a white knight in Steam. Now you're happy. Anton Blast? I have no idea what that is, honestly. Say ooh woo, 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 say ooh woo. Fine! You want me to say ooh woo so bad? Here it is. Ooh woo. Ooh woo. Ooh woo. Ah! My voice can't do it anymore. Sorry. You're just gonna have to deal with that. I hope that's good enough. I have 4IAE. You're saying a lot of things, and I kind of have no idea what you're saying, honestly. But I still appreciate you being here nonetheless. Do ought clap. What is do ought clap? Hi, William Afton. I appreciate you being here. And guys, look, Chat GPT's in the live stream now too. Hi, Chat GPT. Hello, June. I appreciate you being here too. Thanks for stopping by. Unfortunately, I'm going to be getting off rather soon. That's why I'm kind of sort of catching up on chat. Sorry if I'm kind of missing some of you guys because I do want to go to bed soon. What do I think about the SCP Foundation? I like SCP actually. In fact, I'll say this is a fun fact. In my first channel that I've made, I actually have a couple Let's Plays of me playing SCP Containment Breach. Now, this was way back when SCP Containment Breach was still being developed, and I don't think SCP Containment Breach ever got finished. Actually, I think it is a complete game now. But the point is, I played the heck out of SCP Containment Breach. And I'm not a huge horror fan. I'm just very fascinated by how the SCP Foundation is as a whole. It was one of those very elaborate creepypastas to me that I genuinely took interest in. So when I got to play the game, I was like, wow, this is really awesome. And then 173 chases you, 106 can take you to his pocket dimension. There's a lot of really cool, unique interactions that happen in that game that really sell the SCP thing as a whole. But as a whole, SCP, I like it a lot. I just don't really get too much into it because not all the SCPs are very engaging or exciting. But it is still really cool how they try to make it seem like it's technically like a place that exists amongst us, but it's more like an alternate reality, if you will. So I do like it a lot, actually. SCP is the money police. Do you want to ask something or something? Don't ask me anything. No. Dollar without a line. SCP without a cent to tax. 4i. Yes, 4i. I don't understand it anymore. Gang, I've been trying to get someone's opinion on this. What are your thoughts on me making out my homie earlier with both guys? Cutting around, I'll be using gay. I'm scared. Hello, yes, I'm Course Starch. I appreciate you being here. Well, my friend, you look like you're in quite the pickle. I'll tell you that much. And as for what the solution is to that matter, good luck, soldier. I really don't know what to tell you. You're just gonna have to try your best, whatever that may look like. Hello, April Ramirez. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. This chat was called Daydream Believer. Hi, Moon Husky Lulz. I appreciate you being here too. Thanks for stopping by. Hello, MS Call. Hello again, Throw It. I appreciate you being here again. Anyone want a random fun fact? Yeah, throw it my way. I want to see your random fun fact. I'm curious. Are you talking in this channel? That's pretty cool. Hi, cute. Hi, Roller. Cute Abby. Hi, Ashton Craft. I appreciate you being here. And thank you so much for liking my Abby. That really does mean a lot to me. I hope you're having a fantastic night, and I do hope you are taking care. Hello, Aubrey. I appreciate you being here, too. Thanks for stopping by. Holy, what a thing to join the live stream to. Hello, Vanish DL. I appreciate you being here as well. But our VTuber brother named Rexson, who also uses the same model as roast to other VTubers, he was Fillian's Clipper. A fun fact. Interesting. That's actually a pretty good fun fact, Kai. I like about that. I will say, though, I'm not hugely into other VTubers. Maybe smaller VTubers, but bigger VTubers, not really. I don't really watch VTubers that much. I just don't really care. But nowadays, I kind of do, because I want to see how their conversational ability is compared to mine. I feel like big VTubers just have a really good way of naturally flowing with their audience, but for me, I still want to see what that looks like. I feel like I'm getting there slowly but surely, but it's still something I'm trying to develop myself personally. You gooned in a cafe event? No. Moogie, you were there. There was some sort of line that was like an innuendo, and I felt really bad for saying it afterwards, so that's why, like, I don't want to try to, like, do that again. No, I didn't goon, you silly. What did you learn? I didn't learn anything. I'd only say yes to proposal if it gave me a rock. A pretty big rock. Sorry for dropping. No, it's okay, Alien. Yeah, by all means, you have the right to speak how you want to speak. Hi, Edward Roberts. I hope you're taking care. They call you Roller, but I call you Nacho. You know what, Ari? If you want to call me Nachos, then by all means, have fun calling me Nachos. I'm totally okay with that. Ay. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Wait, hold on. Ready? Why is this tongue tracker not working? It doesn't want to track my tongue. Either way, I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. Asian Squidward. What a great name. He would catch up if you would stop yapping, no offense. Well, I mean, technically speaking, I am catching up now, aren't I? Now, to be fair, some of you guys are kind of saying things that are just kind of like general chat stuff. Some of it I really don't know how to respond to. For example, like, no offense, 4i, but I really don't know how to respond to any single thing you just said. But you know what? You have a right to say what you want to say in the live stream. And honestly, I'm all for it. I want to make sure you guys can feel comfortable being able to just talk and do as you so please. Like, be yourself. Live and let live. Be and let be. Say that random thought. Say those random things. Do that random thing. Just be respectful and be considerate. Those are the only two things I can ask for. So long as you can do those two things, everything else is cake. Not actually cake. Do you allow viewers to join sometimes? No, Ashton Craft. When I'm live streaming, I don't allow community members to join, unfortunately. Sorry about that. YouTube randomly recommended me this stream. Your character is very pretty. Hi, Venus Loves Kaiju. I appreciate you being here, and thank you so much for liking my avatar. It really does mean a lot to me. I love this avatar myself personally. I also like how modest it is. Like, you guys see this like sweater and everything. This is a really nice sweater, and in fact, if you look in the back of it, if it allows me, you guys can see you guys can see this design in the back. I have legitimately no idea what that design is, but it exists there. Either way, thank you so much for liking my avatar, and I hope you're having a great day yourself. Question: Have you ever accidentally ate 50 homeless people because you think they're cinder blocks? No, I have not. Anyways, wait, roll. I got a question. Do you sometimes play Helldivers with other Slam members? No, but maybe someday I could. Interesting. I've seen how other Helldiver people do it. Like, they like kind of set up like a queue system so you can join after a certain period of time. Maybe someday if I do want to play Helldivers on live stream, I could do that. The only thing is I play Helldivers stupidly fast, and not a lot of people could frankly catch up with me. So some people may have to try to like, maybe they kind of have to try to like figure the game out pretty quickly when I'm in their lobby. But usually I don't try to leave my squad mates behind. I'm a very team oriented person, so I definitely wouldn't leave you guys behind if I start doing stuff like that. Hi, Lily Kitty. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by. Do you think we should meet up? You should meet up, Dervish. I don't listen. Dervish is way bigger than I am. Dervish is not going to even acknowledge my existence. So, as much as it would be kind of cool to potentially collab with someone like Dervish, that's just not going to happen, I promise you. At least not anytime soon, I'll tell you that much. I feel like we should chat more so you don't have to leave. Ari! I know that's what some of you guys would try to do. Good night, don't let the void bite. Bye, alien, I hope you take care. Akuna Matata? That just means no worries, right? Does your avatar allow you to fish? No, Dreadbear. Unfortunately, it does not allow me to fish. I would have to go to an actual fishing world if I want to go fish. But, that'd be pretty cool, actually. Hi, Apollo Gun Shows. I have a question. What is your favorite dragon? How to Train Your Dragon? My favorite is Stormcutter. What is yours? I'll be honest with you. I have never watched How to Train Your Dragon. So, by default, my favorite dragon has to be Toothless. Like, I have no choice. I'm so sorry. I don't really have I've never watched How to Train Your Dragon, so I can't give you a specific answer. But I'll give you the cookie cutter answer, which is my favorite is Toothless. I hope that answers your question, and I do appreciate you being here. Oh, interesting, Graph. That would be pretty cool to know, actually. Pretty cool to actually probably play at some point. Hi, Emperor June. I appreciate you being here. Make a toggle so you can go bald. Well, here's the thing about that. This avatar right now is held by an avatar creator named Code, and unfortunately, Code has passed away. So there is no opportunity for me to add a toggle to go bald. Either way, though, I appreciate you being here. Hello, Room. I appreciate you being here too. Thanks for stopping by. What's that profile picture? I like your profile picture. I just subscribed. Thank you so much, Lionel, or Freddy Fazbear in this case. I do appreciate you being here too. Thanks for stopping by. Just dance. Is that good enough? Are you a girl? Hello, Garum. I appreciate you being here. No, I'm not a girl. I'm a guy in real life, and I use a female avatar in VR. I hope that answers your questions. Do you know the way? You have to have Ebola to know the way. Do you know the way? Honestly, I wish I kind of had one of those Uganda Knuckles avatars. That'd be freaking great. What is your favorite sword in the VR worlds? My favorite sword that I ever held was Cloud's Bustard Sword. You guys should, if you ever get in VR chat and have a chance to go to a world called I think it's something Infinite Blade Works. That's what it's called. If you ever go to Infinite Blade Works and you had the chance to hold Cloud's Bustard Sword, you would see how huge that thing is. It is massive, but you know what? You feel so empowered when holding it. So I would have to say it's the Bustard Sword for me. For me. You met your mom once? I'd hope you meet your mom a little more than once, Dread. Unless you're adopted. In that case, I'm happy for you. Hi, Marvik. I appreciate you being here. F in the chat, everybody. Do you know the way? I know the way! The Slither song. Sounds like the Silk song, honestly. How did you do a VTuber model? I want to do one. I want to know how you how the possesses is. Um, I personally have not done it myself. It's because of my avatar creator that has helped create this avatar that has allowed me this chance to do so. I don't really have in terms of VR chat, in terms of like simple VTuber stuff, like you can go download Vroid Studio and you can probably make like you could probably get like a public 2D VTuber avatar that fits you well, and that's a very good start. Like this is kind of like mid-level stuff. Like I already have the equipment for full body tracking. I just had this model that Code has given me, and overall, like all of it's kind of coming together for the face tracking, the body tracking. This takes a little more than just going on like Vroid Studio, going on some sort of VTuber website, grab a free VTuber model asset, and then utilize that to start live streaming. That's all you really need if you want to become a VTuber. And then once you start growing an audience, then you start upgrading your stuff. You get better VTuber models. You start upgrading your equipment, and then you go from there. But you got to start small first. You can't go big right out the starting gate. You got to start small. That's my opinion, at least. I already know the way. You have to have Ebola to know the way. I have not played with Ollie. Don't know how to. I love retired left hand. It says right here you don't know how to sing, but then I hover over your thing and it says, "Do you know the way?" I have no idea how that translation things work, but it's so funny. Avatar's so peaked, I sub. Thank you so much, Emperor June. That does really mean a lot to me. Hi, Faithin. I appreciate you being here as well. Favorite VRC assortment of worlds. My favorite VR chat world actually is the world that we're in right now. At least one of them. It's called Spirits of the Sea, and I've had a lot of deep one-on-one conversations here with other VR chat members all throughout my VR chat career. And where I'm sitting right now is actually in a nice cozy bed that I can sleep in. It's funny because fun fact about this bed is that there was a live stream out there where I was really drunk, and at some point I was trying to live stream, but then I actually fell to sleep on the live stream, and I was just that made me very upset. But it's just good times these days. Marry me, please? No, I'm not gonna marry you, Garo, but I'm rather flattered that you want to marry me, honestly. Doing it. Doing it. Doing it. Doing it. I. Hello, random person. How do you feel about no? The answer is no. We're not talking about that here. Oh, been there. I know, Ozzy's so cool. In fact, hold on, just in case. Just in case. Just in case. Yeah, there we go. Okay, perfect. There we go. I timed that person out that was asking that particular question because what he was asking in particular is a NSFW thing, and I don't want that in my live stream, as I said. Ozzy's so cool. Hi, Dino Nuggets, and hello, Jester Freak. I appreciate you both being here. Thanks for stopping by. Your VR chat seems cool, even though I don't have a. It's all Uganda Knuckles. Remember, you have to have Ebola to know the way. Yes, I caught up! Yeah, I caught up! Woohoo! Anyways, thank you so much for liking my avatar. Do you ever stim? Because I do sometimes. Yeah, I have my stim moments. I do have a lot of vocal stims that, from what I've come to realize. I like to vocal stim a lot of random YouTube videos that I've seen back in my day, honestly. Anyways, I did catch up. Do I play scary games? Not really, but I could play scary VR chat worlds. So if you guys ever have scary VR chat worlds you want me to try, then please put them in the comments, and I'll try them next time that I do VR chat world hopping. Anyways, I did it! I caught up on chat. But regardless though, to everybody that's first off, I'm not gonna read chat anymore, so just an FYI. But second off, to everybody that's been here, mwah. My heart really does go out to you. When I first got into here, I was indeed depressed. I had a lot of racing thoughts on my head. I had ADHD paralysis. My body did not want to get on and live stream. But deep down in the back of my mind, I was telling myself, you have to do it, Roller. You have to do it. And, well, I did it. And, frankly, I had a very fantastic time. I'm very thankful we had to have the chance to have this opportunity together here with us together. Now, all I need from you guys is to ask for one more thing. Just one thing, please. All I can ask is any person in your life, whether it's a coworker, a friend, a family member, just someone you trust in general, if you can find the opportunity to make them feel appreciated, to make them feel like they're worth it in this world, by giving them a hug, giving them a compliment, letting them know that you just appreciate them being here, then you take that chance to be a positive beacon of light to help spread hope into this hopeless world, frankly. I like to take any opportunity I can to provide positivity in this world, but I cannot do it by myself. I need the help from every single one of you to make sure that we can achieve better together. And by the end of the day, so long as you're willing to do that for me, I don't ask for subscriptions, I don't ask for likes, you don't even have to watch my content. All I ask, at the very least, one small act to be a good person to another person. And so long as you can do that, that's all I can ever ask for. But with that being said, I am eternally grateful that we've had this opportunity to be here with each other on this random Sunday night, and I do hope you all be safe, be healthy, but above all, be you. Be you, I said. My voice kind of cracked a bit. Anyways, have a good night, everybody. I hope you all take care, and bye! Okay.